Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I think it's June 15th, but I'm not sure. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize. I have not made a McDonald's episode in 2 weeks. But after today, I'm writing it down on the calendar because I look at my calendar every day. And the next one should be Sunday or Monday. Today, we're on episode 10, and I was going to talk about me becoming a manager. Before I get started with that, because I talked about last time when I was 16 and I was closing, I just want to tell you a little about when I was 17. I was going to school in the morning, only 8 to 11 because I went to an alternative school, and I worked every single day 12 to 8. And I was making tons of money, and my school gave me credit for having hours every week. I just had to give them my paycheck, and that was fabulous. And I think I was working like 34 hours a week, and it was great. And they had me in drive-thru every day. I learned kitchen, but they had me in drive-thru every day because we had the same drive-thru team every day, and they put the aces in their places. I took orders every day. Then, when I turned 18 and I graduated high school, they asked me to become a manager. And I decided, I told my parents I don't want to go to school. I want to stick with McDonald's. I've already been here 3 years. And I know everything about it. And they asked me to become one, and then they gave me a manager's book. And they assigned me like the first 3 pages to do, and then the store manager was gonna go over it with me, and talk about it with me, and then she got transferred. So I'm like, great, a new manager's gonna come, a head manager, and they're not gonna work with me because they don't know me, and I don't know if they're gonna let me be a manager now. I don't know how much the other manager will say about me, if they'll say good things or not. So when she got transferred, we got a new guy named Joe. And when I was 18, I wasn't working on 12 to 8 anymore. I was closing every night. And I was the front closer. And then there was a manager every night closing named Katie. And we became really, really close. And she wanted me to be a manager more than anything. And she's like, Tammy, you're just going to be a manager. I'm going to train you how to count money at night. And everything you need to do as a manager. And then she had an extra manager shirt at home, and she brought it to me, and she said, wear it to your next shift. I was like, okay. So then I got to know Joe just a little bit. And then I thought he was a really cool guy. And he's like, oh, I heard you want to be a manager. So just tell me what you need to learn. And I said, well, Katie's been working with me. Then he's like, okay, well, in 2 days, I want you to do your first close by yourself. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, as long as you feel comfortable with everything she's taught you, that's fine. And then I'll put you on the manager schedule. And then you can start closing so Katie can have off a few days from closing, and then she can work during the day. I'm like, oh my God, how did this just happen so fast? And so she showed me everything, and then I did my first close. And then we have in the computer in the office, you can write messages to the managers. So the opening manager was my head boss, Joe, and I wrote him a note. I said, I'm excited I had my first close. Let me know how the store looked, or give me any feedback. And the next day he wrote me a message back. He said everything looked fine. The lobby needed a little picking up, but other than that, it was fine. And I was like, okay. And then I started closing as a manager. Now let me tell you this: it doesn't happen like that these days. Now, if you become a manager, you have to go to classes once a week for 3 hours. management classes. And I think it's a 3-month process. And I became a manager overnight. Like, that does not happen at all. And I guess I was very thankful that Joe became our store manager. And so I was closing all the time, and then I had the regular closers. And they worked really, really hard for me because they knew when I was a closer, I worked hard. I never had any problems. And what else? I like closing a lot. I always start at 4 and we close at 11 and we'd be done by 11:30. And sometimes they would schedule me mid shifts, but not too often. And so I don't know what else to say for this. I just wanted to tell you guys how I became a manager. And I'm trying to think what I'll come up with in my next video. You know, I might just tell you about how I worked there. I ended up working there 13 years. Like 4 years as a crew person and so many years as a manager. And then I got transferred to another store. I've worked at 5 different stores. And then as the time comes, I'll tell you about each store I've worked at. And I just wanted to say thanks everyone for subscribing. I'm up to 36. And my goal actually for August 1st is 40. So I think I'll do it. You guys have a blessed night. And more YouTube videos coming from Tammy and Chewy. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye-bye.